The lights died at 11:47 p.m. Marcus felt it before he saw it, that particular quality of silence that comes when every electric hum suddenly stops. He looked up from mopping the third-floor corridor, and the emergency lights stuttered on, bathing St. Catherine's Hospital in sickly green. His radio crackled. Maintenance to security. We got backup power. Negative. That was Chen, the night security guard. Citywide blackout. Generators supposed to kick in. It didn't. Marcus took the stairs to the basement security office, where Chen hunched over flickering battery-powered monitors while Sarah, the ER nurse on break, leaned against the doorframe. City says it'll be ours, Chen said. We're on our own until sunrise. Wait. Chen's hand froze over the keyboard. When did we move patients to West Wing? Marcus felt something tighten in his chest. We didn't. West Wing's been closed since 2019. Then explain this. Chen rewound the security footage, time-stamped 11:52 p.m. 5 minutes ago. The grainy feed showed the West Wing corridor, supposedly empty, but figures moved there in hospital gowns, walking single file toward the sealed doors. Chen switched cameras. East Wing, second floor, more figures. Then North Wing, then pediatrics. All moving with the same purposeful shuffle. They're all headed the same direction, Marcus whispered. Toward the old surgical wing. Chen pulled up the patient database. We discharged 42 patients today, but the bed sensors still show them occupied. Every single one. Sarah grabbed her phone. NO signal. Radio Dr. Reeves. Now. Static answered. Then, beneath the white noise, they're already here. The monitors flickered. When they stabilized, every screen showed the same image. The security office. The three of them standing exactly where they were now. Except in the footage, they weren't moving. Marcus could see himself slumped against the wall, dark stains spreading across his uniform. Sarah draped over the desk, blonde hair matted with blood. Chen in his chair, head tilted at an impossible angle. The timestamp read 6:43 a.m. That's 7 hours from now, Sarah breathed. Marcus backed toward the door. We need to leave. Now. But Chen was scrolling through something else, his face pale. There's a file here. Maintenance logs from March 1987. West Wing sealed due to structural concerns, but there's a list of names. Employees who worked the night shift. They're all marked as discontinued. You mean fired? Sarah asked. No, discontinued. Like they stopped existing. He clicked deeper. October 1953. East Wing sealed. Night shift discontinued. February 1921. North Wing. Same thing. What happened every time? Marcus asked. Chen's hands shook. Deaths. Clusters of patient deaths over 3 nights. Then they sealed the wing and the night staff just end. No transfers, no resignations. The logs just stopped. The monitors flickered again, showing figures in hospital gowns converging on the old surgical wing, moving through sealed doors like they were made of smoke. A new image appeared on the center monitor. The old surgical wing's main theater. In the middle stood a surgical table, and on it lay 3 bodies. Marcus recognized Chen's uniform, Sarah's scrubs, his own janitor's shirt. They were looking at themselves, already dead. It's showing us the future, Sarah whispered. No. Chen was pulling up more files frantically. There has to be here. 1987. Subject derefuse cycle. Attempted egress. Located in sub-basement after dawn. Preservation failed. Someone tried to leave, Marcus said slowly, and the cycle needs 3. Sarah moved toward the door. Then we don't go where it wants us. We survive until sunrise. Look at the timestamp, Marcus said. 6:43 a.m., 20 minutes before sunrise. It doesn't matter if we run. Chen nodded grimly. It'll find us just before dawn. It always has. There's one more file, Chen said. From last month, someone was researching all this. He opened it. Dr. Reeves. Marcus's radio crackled. Security, this is Dr. Reeves. I need you all to proceed to the old surgical wing. We have an emergency. On the monitors, figures appeared, not patients now, but staff members in outdated uniforms from decades past, all walking toward the surgical wing. Every 37 years, Chen said quietly. Since the hospital opened, always the night shift. Always 3. Why 3? I don't know. but it's what the building needs. The lights flickered. In the darkness between flickers, Marcus saw a fourth figure in the corner, wearing a surgical gown from another era, its face a mess of decay and hungry patience. When the lights came back, it was gone. The foundation, Marcus said it suddenly. When they built St. Catherine's, they found something during excavation, a burial site. But construction went ahead anyway. Chen pulled up blueprints. There's a level in the sub-basement that's not on any official plans. If the source is there, maybe we can end this. With what? Sarah gestured at his mop. Good intentions? Marcus thought about 17 years of maintaining this building, knowing every pipe and passage. With knowledge. If we can reach the sub-basement, maybe we can stop it. The door burst open. Patients stood in the corridor, dozens of them in yellowed gowns from different decades. Their faces held an awful kind of hope. Run, Chen whispered. They ran through corridors that twisted wrong, past wards that shouldn't exist. The hospital was reshaping itself, showing them operating rooms from the 1950s still splattered with blood, patient rooms where bodies lay in beds decades past their discharge dates. All of it preserved, all of it part of the building now. Marcus led them down, always down, following service stairs and shafts. But the building fought back, sealing passages, opening new ones that led back toward the surgical wing. They reached the parking garage at 3:17 a.m. Chen found a rusted maintenance hatch in the corner. They pulled together until it screamed open, revealing a ladder descending into swallowing darkness. Behind them, heavy footsteps echoed. Something wearing Dr. Reeves' face approached, moving wrong, joints bending in impossible directions. Down, Marcus ordered. Now, the ladder passed through concrete and earth and something organic that pulsed like the hospital was breathing. At the bottom, they found a circular chamber, its walls covered in thousands of carved names. Every patient and staff member who died in St. Catherine's for 70 years. In the center stood a pillar of twisted metal and bone, thrumming with subsonic sound. Marcus understood this was the building's true spine, what gave it hunger and purpose. It's a monument, Sarah breathed. To everyone it's consumed. Chen read names. Every 37 years, 3 names appear in gold. The sacrifices who complete the cycle. Marcus found the most recent. March 1987. 3 people who'd worked night shifts like him, who'd probably stood here making the same terrible choices. If we destroy this, we bring down the whole building, he said. Good, Sarah said. There are 200 patients upstairs, Chen protested. Critical cases. We'd murder them all. And if we don't, the building keeps hunting every 37 years forever. They stood in silence, listening to the pillars thrumming. On its surface, faces pressed against the metal bone composite, mouths open in silent screams. 70 years of night shifts, trapped and aware forever. There's another way, Chen said. Subject D refused, and they tried to preserve him, but it failed. What if we corrupt the cycle? Stay alive down here until dawn. Give it 3 living bodies instead of dead ones. We make a stand, Marcus decided. Here, at the foundation, we survive until dawn and break the pattern. They formed a circle around the pillar, backs together. The chamber had one entrance, and they would defend it. The hospital sent its dead. Patients from decades past climbed down, pleading with their faces. Touch the pillar. Join us. Complete the cycle. Marcus swung his mop handle through them like smoke. Then came the staff, nurses, doctors, orderlies from every era, wearing their deaths visibly. Sarah recognized one and wept. Jennifer trained me. Heart attack 6 years ago. Jennifer's ghost reached out with translucent hands, not with malice but with longing. She'd been part of the foundation 6 years, and she wanted company. 5:34 a.m. The chamber shook violently. The pillars thrumming grew frantic, and the trapped faces screamed silently, trying to warn them. It's bringing the cycle forward, Chen gasped. Black liquid seeped through the cracks, reaching with pseudopod fingers. Where it touched skin, it burned like ice and left marks that looked like names forming. Marcus saw letters appearing on his leg. MARC. He kicked free. The building had tasted him now. We can't hold, Sarah said. The liquid pooled around their feet, climbing their legs like ivy. Chen checked his watch. 6:14 a.m. We need to. Dr. Reeves descended the ladder, or something wearing him like a costume, moving wrong, existing in multiple times simultaneously. Why resist? It asked. The cycle is mercy. Join the foundation and be remembered forever. Refuse and be like Subject D, broken but not preserved, conscious but not remembered. There's meaning in choice, Marcus shot back. Even if we fail. Choice? The thing smiled. Every name here chose to work nights, chose to stay during the blackout. The building doesn't force, it simply offers the inevitable. It ascended, dissipating as it climbed. 6:26 a.m. The black liquid reached their waists. Then Chen noticed something. The golden names from 1987. They're flickering, fading. Subject D, Marcus realized. His refusal created a crack. Every refusal weakens it. The chamber shook. The pillar split with a sound like breaking bones, and light poured through. Real dawn light, impossible at this depth. The black liquid recoiled, hissing. Through the crack, Marcus saw him. Subject D, pressed in a corner, still screaming after 37 years, but his eyes were aware, conscious, fighting. 4 refusals across 2 cycles. The building was choking on them. 6:38 a.m. The pillar cracked wider, more light flooding through. The ghosts scattered, but then the ceiling collapsed, blocking the ladder, trapping them. We're going to die down here, Chen said. Maybe, Marcus agreed, but we won't be part of it. We'll be seeds that eventually destroy it. Sarah grabbed their hands. If there's anything after, I'll see you there. 6:43 a.m. Nothing happened. They stood in the wreckage, covered in residue but breathing, still alive. The pillar had gone silent, its faces frozen. The building groaned but didn't collapse. They dug through the rubble and climbed. They found Subject D on the way up, still in his corner. But when Marcus touched him, his skin was warm, solid. After 37 years, he drew a breath and looked at them with seeing eyes. You lived, he whispered. So did you, Marcus replied. They emerged into the lobby at 7:23 a.m., 40 minutes after dawn, covered in filth, but undeniably alive. The power came back at 7:30, flooding St. Catherine's with fluorescent normality. The real Dr. Reeves met them, exhausted and confused, asking where they'd been. They told him about being trapped in the sub-basement. It wasn't exactly a lie. They went home. They took time off. But eventually, they all returned, needing to see what they'd broken. The hospital looked the same on the surface, but something was different. The closed wings no longer felt occupied. Night shifts were just night shifts now, quiet and long, but no longer heavy with appetite. Marcus found Subject D a month later, volunteering in pediatrics under a different name. Does it still try? Subject D asked. I don't know, Marcus admitted. We'll find out in 37 years. Will someone else refuse and finally kill it? Marcus thought about the golden names flickering on the pillar, about cracks spreading to the foundation, about seeds of refusal planted across decades. Maybe we already killed it, he said. It just doesn't know it's dead yet. They looked up at St. Catherine's Hospital, still standing, still serving the sick. Still hungry perhaps, but weaker now, poisoned by those who'd refused to feed it. Somewhere in the building's bones, the pillar waited, cracked but not shattered, counting down to 2062. I'll work the night shift, Marcus said. In 2062, I'll be there for the next cycle. You'll be in your 70s. Then I'll be a very old seed. Marcus smiled grimly. But I'll be there to make sure someone refuses. They shook hands in St. Catherine's shadow, 2 men who'd survived the unsurvivable, already planning for a battle 37 years away. Above them, unseen, a single stone fell from the hospital's facade. Just one stone, dislodged by invisible cracks. But it fell, and that was enough. Buildings can die too. It just takes time and refusal and people willing to be seeds buried in the foundation. The cycle would come again in 2062, but so would Marcus, planting refusal like poison until the day the structure finally came down. The building had been feeding for 70 years. Now it was starving, and Marcus had all the time in the world to watch it die.